What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Said y'all know Jimmy Dennis. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. And for today, I got a nice little, easy commentary for you guys. It's just me and Kevin and you guys. We're just gonna be talking about the game. Feel free to go in the comment section and give me comments and your opinions, stuff like that. Apex Legends recently released their Season 5 update. Got a nice little, and easy commentary about it I dislike, a lot of things about it I do like. Then I do apologize that I wasn't able to bring a video on it day one. A lot of hit detection problems, a lot of connection issues. I was not having it that day. A lot of things about specifically, and I definitely was not about to come home and play something buggy, laggy, and annoying. So like that, a lot of hit. Let's just start off with the new legend herself, Loba, right? Gorgeous, right? Fucking thick character, beautiful, great voice. Let's talk her kit, bro, because there's a lot of things about her kit and 3 other legends I'm gonna explain that are, I feel like she's the best one. And second place is tied, and third place is fucked. Loba right now is first place in the movement characters, for my personal opinion. I feel like she's the best movement character. Second place is tied between Octane and Pathfinder, and Wraith is bottom. Why is Wraith bottom? Well, we all know that she got nerfed hella hard preseason, Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3, and even Season 4. Like, she got nerfed to the ground. She's damn near useless if you're not hacking, like, essentially. Like, she's like, everybody can beat a Wraith now, and that wasn't the case first day. But let's go back to Loba. She, she could teleport, she got that little teleportation, business, and she's cool. She's cool as hell, right? She's, she's nice. She's cool as hell, right? She has her abilities, and she's really good with them. She could teleport. She got her black market, and she got her passive being able to see, purple or gold rarity loot through, walls and shit. That's cool as hell. My only problem I got with her is that this teleport is 30 seconds of a cooldown. That's way too long. The fact that she, her teleport is 30 seconds, I think is ridiculous. Like, most games only last, 15 to 20 minutes? That's every half a minute. So every half a minute, you're not able to get anything. Like, that's, I'm not going to say that's ridiculous, but like, it is, right? Am I wrong in saying that that's ridiculous? But like, I feel like she needs to be better. And I don't mean that in like a rude way. I mean in like just one of those ways where it's like, damn, bro, she really ain't as good as she could be, And that's just my opinion. I feel like they should buff her tactical straight up. But we also have, then we have my boy, we have my boy Big Path, right? And they did a change to my boy Big Path. 35-second tactical, raid. Please revert that, Respawn Entertainment. A lot of people out there are like, oh my god, they blew my boy Path. He's not good. That's not the case. Pathfinder is still going to be as good as he always has been. It's just, right now, he most definitely is not as good as he could be, right? But like real talk, right? Like, please revert back, my homie. Pathfinder is not, he's not useless, but he's definitely not as good as he was. Octane right now has a, his ultimate goes in 1 minute, and it could do more than Pathfinder zipline, and more than his tactical. Please revert that, like, straight up. And when you revert that, please revert Wraith back to what she was. I feel like this is kind of me just ranting about the movement characters. I feel like my dude Octane over here is as good as he's ever gonna get, unless they remove his health. That like, he damages himself, I think, too much. Which, I guess is okay. Don't hate on me in the comment section saying, oh, bro, you don't know what's good for the game. I think personally that if they brought your boy if they brought your boy Pathfinder back to where he was, I feel like he'd be best legend. But then we got some changes to like Gibby and Mirage. We're gonna talk about Mirage last, 'cause damn. But like, still on the movement characters, please just revert them. Like, just, nobody's as good as Loba now. Is that broken? A little bit. Is it ridiculous? Hell nah. What's the cooldown on Wraith's passive? Not passive, but
35 seconds.
35 seconds.
35 seconds.
Her and Pathfinder, Wraith's tactical is way more useful than Pathfinder, in the sense that she doesn't take damage during it, right? But she makes a trail. Please revert her speed back into tactical, because dang, bro, like, she's just not as good as she used to be. And with, Loba being in the game and how far she goes, y'all need to revert, your boy back, your chick back. You have butchered the queen. You have butchered the simp goddess, okay? Why? Like, tell me what you guys think of these changes in the comments, because I think these are nice changes. I think these would be cool changes for the community and the game itself. It would change the meta up a little bit. Let's kind of get on to what they did to Gibby. They gave Gibby's shield 6 less seconds. 5 less seconds. Y'all heard me. Y'all heard what I said. 6 less seconds on Gibby's shield. I think that was a great change. Obviously, for a lot of people, that's a nerf. To me, that's kind of a buff because I hated his shield being up so long. Thanks, Kevin, for the loud ass sound in my eardrum. But like real shit, like I feel like that changed to Gibby. Like all people are like, oh, it's a nerf. To me, it's not a nerf. It's like almost a buff. I found his shield to be up way too fucking long for me being a Gibby. You know, like I felt like as if his shield was way too long up, and it would stop me from winning a lot of fights. Let's go over to my boy Mirage. I haven't even attempted to use him yet. So supposedly, yeah, now you can control his decoy, and this is something that I'm with. I'm with it. This is something I'm with. I'm with this. I'm with this idea. Then now he can control his decoy. Like this is awesome. This is awesome right here. Yeah, this is cool. Like I like this. I respect it, and we need it. This is a great change. And then his ult having what? Now he goes invisible. Hey Kevin, can you go down? This is lit. His passive is completely reworked, and you can now go invisible while rezzing your teammate or reviving them. That's awesome. And then in his ult, as well as that, like, look at that. Like, I love Mirage. Like, his kit was always lit, but now it's way more on the... It's awesome. But, like, there's a very bad connotation with what he is now. And that is, Lifeline is now fundamentally useless. Right? She's fundamentally useless, right? Respawn, y'all need to step your game up. Like, I get it. Like, y'all don't like listening sometimes, but, you know, it's your game. But sometimes player feedback is some of the best things you could ever get, and a lot of games don't get it. A lot of games don't get player feedback because they're dead, and you're getting player feedback. And you have to understand that you're lucky to have players that enjoy this game as much as we do to, you know, talk about it. Lifeline right now, I can't move it. I now cannot move her drum. So what's the point of me using her? Just her passive and her care package never dropping anything higher than purple? That's not good enough. Every other character has better passives that work better in the middle of a gunfight than hers. You have to get really lucky with a team and a teammate and a team in order to really do anything with Lifeline now. Like if your team isn't good, you're not gonna be able to pop off that clutch heal. And now that she needs now need to buff her like her passive for her reviving teammates. Like now you need to buff that because now Mirage is just blatantly better, right? So now I feel like Lifeline has her like she's not as dominant as what she was. Like they brought Wraith down from her peak, and by the way, Respawn Entertainment made this one statement saying that Lifeline's pick rate and her the average KD of players for Lifeline shows that she's still one of the top tier legends. Yes, pick rate should never be the reason why a legend is so good. That should not be. But I don't mean that to be rude. It seems like they're misconstruing pick rate for is the kit useful. It's not. Wraith and Lifeline still have the highest pick rate in game, which is obviously going to change with Loba swooping into the #1 spot with the thickness. Wraith and Lifeline still have the highest pick rate in the game. They've always had the highest pick rate in the game. That will never change. The reason why it'll never change is not because of their kit. It's because of their stature, how tall they are, and their hitbox. Mostly Wraith on that fact, but with Lifeline, now her passive has the ultimate edge in combat. Because now she's the only character that can heal faster that's not inside of a Gibby shield. And now Gibby shield is still... Now that also brings Gibby up to another higher stat because they changed the gold shield. Now for a lot of people, the gold shield change, for me personally, is fantastic. I love the gold shield change. But the gold shield change is utterly fantastic. It changes the meta hella hard. Now you see more Evo shields than gold shields. But that doesn't change the fact that now gold shields are useless unless you're smart. And now Evo shields are a higher tier in the community because 25 health or two or double the heal from what? From shield cells and syringes. That's cool. That's lit. That's a great change. But it's like now the Evo Shield is way better. But like that's a big change. And then you have changes like the Mastiff is now gold. No, the Mastiff is now a base weapon in the game, and the Peacekeeper is now permanently gold. Well, not permanent, but it's gold now. That's a great change. The Peacekeeper I always found to be like very... But the Mastiff and Peacekeeper changes is another change that's awesome. Thank you for implementing it. Now the Peacekeeper is way more consistent, and now the Mastiff, the most consistent shotgun in the game, is now in the game, and I find myself not winning against Mastiffs all the time, but having a chance to fight a Mastiff. Like, now my ability to dodge rounds and dip and dive and, dip is now better because of me having to dodge Mastiff shots. Other than that, now we have a thing, now we have the Peacekeeper, which is more consistent, has all attachments, and it's only found in care packages. But now I find myself fully scared of the Peacekeeper. Now I find myself more consistently terrified of the Peacekeeper when I hear it in a match. Like, previously I was never terrified of the Peacekeeper, and now I am. And then you have changes to RE45 and Alternator where, like, now they have one more round in the couple more rounds in the magazine, or one more damage. Like, the RE45 got more damage. It's like, what, 12 now or something like that? And now the Alternator has, what, 19 rounds in the clip? And, what, 30 with a purple? It's 30 with a purple, right? I'm not stupid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's 25.
I thought it was 30.
Oh, it's 27. It's 27.
That's a great change.
What's better? 3 items? Or being able to get 2 in a certain range, which you can get gold from? This robs from Lifeline. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Get up in your face, bro. Get up in your face, bro.
Black Market versus Lifeline's care package. Which one's better? Being able to get 2 items that could be any rarity. Literally anything within a radius. Out of boxes, off people. Like, look at all this. Like, obviously, this is the firing range. But you guys get the point. Or, being able to get 3 items that have a very low chance of even giving us a shield. Like, this will give us every shield in the map. Look at this. This is literally every shield and backpack on the map. Lopa's ult is just better than Lifeline's in general, and now Mirage is just a better healer in general in the game. It's like everybody can do Lifeline's abilities better, beast, and like even the Gold Shield could do better what Lifeline could do with her passive. It was like everything in the game was better than Lifeline. And then they also removed like things like they added Skull Piercer back, which was a great change, but you removed Anvil Receiver. And I'm one of those players who really enjoyed Anvil Receiver. I just hated the fact that it was gold. And now, that was a big issue in the community. And Respawn decided, and, you guys over there at Respawn, and the community, we were complaining about it. And we were complaining about the fact that Anvil Receiver was a gold rarity, not the fact that it was in the game.
In the game, period.
People enjoyed Anvil Receiver. I was one of them. Kevin was one of them. Our friend Jose was one of them. We all very much enjoyed Anvil Receiver. It took weapons like the Flatline and the R301 and made them semi-auto dominant, while the weapons like the Hemlock were completely gutted. Like now, instead of using the Hemlock for semi-auto long-range shots, use the R301 a Flatline. Like, that was the biggest trade-off now. Like, it's slower but has way more damage. How many times have you gotten a headshot that was 75 damage with a Hemlock? Not once. You get that with the Anvil Receiver, and now that's gone. Now I find myself only picking up the Hemlock for long-range engagements now, or like the G7. And even then, like the G7 isn't even as good as it was.
Now that they removed Anvil Receiver, right? You see, and I don't know for anybody else, but I see a Hemlock every game. Every game. This gun was not picked up. I saw an Anvil Receiver every game, but that's because obviously it was a hop-up and it hit for a good amount of damage. They buffed the Hemlock so that it could compete with the Anvil Receiver. And now, depending on what they think, based on stats and usage, which, yeah, I guess so, the Hemlock is a little strong now in that aspect.
But it's only strong
because it hits from a full 22.
Like, it's only strong because it's the only long-range semi-auto weapon that can hit this hard at
now
distance
it has
with this high fire rate.
competition.
It has no comp.
Before
no comp
it did.
now.
That's why I needed the buff that they gave it.
Yeah, like now it's broken. It's back to being broken. And this is like, it's still a great weapon. Don't get me wrong. Don't nerf it. Don't take this idea like, oh, we're gonna nerf the Ambrose, we're gonna nerf the Hemlock. Do not nerf this weapon. Bring Andrew Receiver back. They're going to the hell are. But like
the way that they make their changes, they're 100% going to. And if they don't, that's because nobody's saying anything about it.
Facts. But like the Hemlock is great, it's fantastic, but now it's the most dominant AR in the game besides the G7. Like, if you guys can hit your shots, like, obviously these are dummies and they don't fucking move, but if you can hit your shots like this, you know, there's a lot of Cronus Max users on this game. I find myself finding Cronus Max users only using the Hemlock and just dominating. Just that lock-on aim. Like, look at this. Like, Kevin, hit the middle one with me at the same time. All headshots. Gone. And there's 3 people. Like, just hit the guy in the middle, gone. You killed him, cool. Now it's just fucking, like, just raised on this guy in the end. Like, he's gone. Like, this gun is overpowered because it has no competition. And that should never be the case. A lot of people are going to think I'm wrong. And a lot of people are going to be like, oh, they should just nerf it. That is not, like, they buffed it for a reason. This gun had needed to be buffed. But I find myself looking at the Flatline and R301 like, I miss my baby. I miss my long-range attack op, you know. I miss my long-range destroyer gun, you know, my Amber Receiver Flatline and my Amber Receiver R301 that was dominant as hell at distance, and it's gone. It's factually gone, and that hurts. It does hurt, because now the meta is completely destroyed. There was a meta last season that was, you know, R301 Flatline with Amber Receiver or Hemlock, and then you had people running R99s or Prowlers. Like LMGs, like, or like pick up the Havoc or L-Star in the beginning of the game, and you're good for the rest of the game. Mostly just because the weapons like the, you know, Havoc are still broken, but they're meant to be. They're fantastic weapons. I find myself not fighting as many Havocs as I used to from this season to last season, but now I feel like I'm fighting way more Hemlocks and way more R99 and Prowlers, and a whole lot more Wingmans. I'm fighting a whole lot more Wingmans now, because the Wingman hits for 101 to the head with Skull Piercer. And then when you remove Skull Piercer, it hits for 90. I think there's a change that they could do to the R301 and to the Flatline that could make them be heavy competitors against the Hemlock. And one of those changes is please make the semi-auto of the R301 and Flatline be base Anvil Receiver. Just automatically make it an Anvil Receiver. Don't add the hop-up back, just immediately make it Anvil Receiver. And do the same thing with Skull Piercer on the Wingman and Longbow. Make it to where these things hit this hard normally for the head. This should not be a hop-up. This should be its base damage for headshots. If you can hit a headshot on the Wingman like this, like that, just boom, boom, you deserve the kill. Especially somebody dip, weave, and dodging all the time. Obviously, nerf it, make it 95 or just down to 100. You know, break it down to half, but just we didn't need these hop-ups in the game. Like, we did not need Anvil Receiver, we did not need Skull Piercer back. Just make these the base versions of the weapon semi-auto or the base headshots of the regular weapon. There should never be a thing like that in the game where it just makes accurate players or hackers better at the game. Everyone should already be able to have this. Here's another change that I think needs to happen in this title, and this is something no one is going to agree with me. The longbow should be in AR with the G7. Straight up. They should make that change because, right, Kevin? Like, do you think that's a good change?
Yeah. Okay. The longbow was fine when in the heavy category. Nobody picked it up anyway. So.
True. Yeah. That was one of the big things about it. Just no one picked it up. No one cared. But now that people are actively picking it up now.
Triple take.
Triple take.
The triple take, the fucking charge rifle, the Sentinel deserve to be in a sniper slot. Yeah, 100%.
That makes sense.
The longbow doesn't.
Like, yeah, the triple take, charge rifle. Maybe not the charge rifle. I mean, if you make that an SMG with like a full auto, that'd be crazy. But that's just me thinking of fun. I don't know. I would like to see this thing like a full on, like just like little minigun. It's like, you know, like an R99 competitive, like the Prowler. I don't know. That's just a fun little idea. Don't take it to heart. That's how my brain works. But I think the longbow should be a G7 competitor in the assault rifle category, and I think they should make it fire faster than a G7, and have a way higher fire, just a higher fire rate, lower recoil than a G7, and don't add double tap to it.
I want you guys to know that this is 100% biased towards the fact
biased.
that we love scars.
I love scars. This is a scar. This is a scar. I honestly, like, yeah, like, make it just, I don't know, make it hit for 9 damage. You know, make it weaker than the Hemlock. Like, make it like an 18 damage Hemlock, and it just hit as fast as the Hemlock. If they don't make the Amber, if they don't bring the Amber receiver back, right? Lit. What you need to do then is please make the longbow a Hemlock competitor and put it back in the heavy ammo heavy ammo category and make it hit. Then we have the G7, the Hemlock, and the longbow competing for the same spot. And then you guys can make drastic changes to all these sniper rifles to where they're better. And then now we have a consistent... I feel like that would be a great change. I know Kevin said I'm very biased, but most definitely I am. I would love to see the longbow be used a whole lot more in-game. It is never used. It's mostly used in cinematics, honestly. Which should prove to you how... I don't want to say useless, because it's a fantastic weapon. I'll pick it up once in a while. Not in close range, definitely not super long range, but like that range where the G7 is hella dominant, I'll pick this up. If I can't find a G7 or Hemlock, I'll pick it up. Fuck yeah, I'll use it. I'm gonna start using it again. You see that? By the way.
Okay, you want to know what I just now noticed?
What?
Nobody uses the longbow.
At
You know
all.
why? Because the
Recoil?
triple take is better. Yeah, sometimes. Nah, not even the
No.
triple take. The triple take hits if you can consistently hit the body for 69, and which is already almost 15 more damage than the longbow. And on top of that, shoots a little faster. No, you see it. It shoots a little faster.
Okay, so
Yeah,
let's
it has
okay.
the inconsistency.
Oh my
Look at that.
fucking god. No, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Whoa. No, I'm sorry. What? Okay, I had precision choke on it, so I'm removing precision choke. It hit for the exact same damage. It hits, okay, the longbow and triple take hit for the exact same damage to the head. I did not know that.
Here's the thing, though. Nathaniel, you had Skull Piercer on the longbow.
I know. I was about to mention that.
That is with Skull Piercer.
That is
That
base.
is with a mod.
That is base triple take headshot damage. What's base longbow? 110.
110.
Yeah, make the longbow an AR like you guys did the G7, and now we have hella competitors with every other weapon. Now we have a hella AR category that's very competitive. Please do that. That is something that definitely needs to be changed.
Here's my issue, right?
Yeah,
it's that
but
it's
buff the fire rate. It's very consistent.
But
It's
it
incredibly
has-
consistent. It's too slow. It's too slow. It's way
It's
too slow. It's just a
And
way
the
too
thing
slow
is,
weapon.
with the triple take, is the fact that it hits for 69 if you can if you aim it correctly, right? It hits for 69, and and has a faster fire rate than the longbow. So what are you gonna take, right? On top of the fact that you have a precision choke, which you can make it just hit as hard to the head, and it's just like the longbow does not deserve to be in this category if it's gonna be overshadowed by the triple take the entire time.
And then look at the Sentinel or like the Charge Rifle. Like the Charge Rifle hits hard as hell too. Like 75 to the body, 90 if you hit the entire thing. Then you have things like the Sentinel, which now can be buffed using shield cells, and it hits for 140. The longbow does not need to be in this section. It straight up does not, and they need to remove it. Put in the ARs, do what you did with the G7, and make it a, like, I don't want to say a powerhouse. Don't make it overshadow the G7, but make it a heavier, like a slower Hemlock. Like give it the same drop as the Hemlock. Make it slightly hit harder. Make it shoot like the G7. You know, give it, like, don't make it broken. Just give it enough juice to where it competes with the Hemlock and G7, but don't make it, you know, to where it completely breaks. It makes those weapons useless. Because longbow would definitely do that if you guys buff it in the way that I would do it. I'd make the thing fucking retarded. I'd make it hit for like 2,000 to the body. If you missed, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm stupid, but that's just me being funny. Even though it's not funny, it's supposed to be a serious video. But like straight up, like the longbow is overshadowed by everything, and it needs a buff. So let's just be honest for a minute. Lifeline needs a buff. If you don't want to buff her ult, buff her tactical and buff her passive. Make her better. Mirage should be, if you have a Mirage and Lifeline on the team, it should be the ultimate res team ever. It isn't right now. It's not. It's really good, but it's not. Woo! I hit that. It's not as good as it can be. You know what I'm saying? It's not as good as it can be. It could be better. It can be buffed.
No. Buff Wraith.
Buff Wraith. Yeah, please buff Wraith.
I am a Wraith main, and I could say I had to stop playing her. I had to start maining Octane. Octane doesn't have a low profile. In his ult, you can position better than with a Wraith portal. The only difference being with the Wraith portal, you don't get hit while you're in it.
Yeah, that's it. Honestly, Octane versus Wraith, Octane is better.
Competitive with Octane. Yeah, I choose Octane.
Like, honestly,
and I know the entirety of the community right now is like, oh, Octane sucks comparatively to Wraith.
You're not using him right.
You know,
you're not using him right.
That's biased right now, but you're not using him right.
You're not using him right. I'm sorry. Like, we have one game solely because my man has thrown a shit down and we've dipped. That's it. We have one game solely because this man is a great Octane. And that's it. And it doesn't take a lot to be a great Octane. You just have to have great situational awareness, and that's it. Once again, buff Wraith, revert Pathfinder, give Loba a buff on her tactical that makes it, you know, run faster. Yeah, please buff the longbow. Please, it needs some loving. Other than that, just there's a lot of changes. Thank you for the Mirage change. Thank you for the Gibby change. The Mastiff change, I very much enjoy. The Skull Piercer, just make that the base headshot of the longbow wingman, and then if you're not going to add Anvil Receiver back, then you got to buff the R301, and you have to buff the flatline too. And that's all I'm really going to say. There's a lot of things I want to talk about, but those will be in later videos when I do like a deep in depth about that stuff. Anything else you want to say, Kevin, before I end the video?
No, I'm Gucci.
Cool. That's it. Can't wait to see what other content they bring this season. I can't wait to see the skins. I'm sorry that I didn't upload Season 5 day 1. There's a lot of things I couldn't do.
That'll most likely come this weekend, if anything.
Yeah, most likely. If we hang out, if we get a bunch of stuff, if everything works out this weekend, we will be balling out this weekend, and we'll be getting as much Apex Legends content for Season 5 as we possibly can. Just, you know, please touch up some of these weapons. And bring my baby the Devotion back. Alright. Put the L-Star back. Or, you know what? Put the Havoc. Make the Havoc a gold. Make the Havoc a gold now.
Yeah, make the Havoc a gold weapon and bring the Devo back.
You don't have to bring Turbocharger back, but just bring the Devo back. I miss my baby. I have this skin for the Devo and I never use it. Mozambique. Bring the gold Mozambique back. I know that was a fake, but you need to bring it back. Just make it... Or just delete it, please. Anyway, guys, if you guys like any of these changes, or you have something to tell me about in the comment section, like you dislike it, or you're an idiot NJ, or even like, oh, we like your channel, yeah, go watch the rest of the videos, stuff like that. But a bunch of other Apex Legends videos will be coming out this week, next week, whenever the hell I can bring them out. And just talk to me in the comment section about changes that you would like to come to Apex Legends, and characters that you'd like to come to Apex Legends. There's a lot of characters that the community is talking about right now. Thank you, Pwnhub, because you're literally the best, bro. Like, straight up. But, other than that, guys, if you have anything you want to talk about in the comment section, link it. Please link this to the devs, or like it, upvote, share it, whatever the hell. It's been your boy, Angel Snow, Jimmy Thickness. See you guys next episode, or next video, next whatever. And,